Well, hello, my YouTube fellas and gals. So, if you're new to my channel, my name's Tammy. I only use bookstore, and I also ship media. I do 10 books per video where I read the synopsis so you know what I have. And even if you don't buy books from me, that's okay. Go look them up on your Kindles and Nooks because there's probably some really good reads. And with that being said, everything will be in the description below. You can follow me on Midness Bookstore and more on Facebook and message me there, or you can email me, tammysmakeuptreats@gmail.com. And today will be softbacks, and these are all $1 each, and we are on lot 72 of Action and Suspense. So here is book number 1. We have The Third Option by Vince Flynn. This is a 2000 copyright, and this is what the book's about. Mitch Rapp, the CIA's most lethal and efficient counterterrorism operative, is putting into play a meticulous plan to take out a notorious sponsor of terrorism when he falls prey to government forces with the agenda of their own. Dr. Irene Kennedy is named as successor by dying CIA Director Thomas Stansfield, because he passed away, a choice that enrages many inside the world's most powerful intelligence agency, and her detectives will resort to extreme measures to prevent her from taking the reins. But what the Washington conspirators and backstabbing insiders do not know is that Mitch Rapp won't tolerate being their pawn, and he will stop at nothing to find out who has set him up. You can tell this has been a well-loved, well-read book. It's got a little crackling on it. I do try to show the flaws before you get them. They're age pages, definitely. And that is book 1. Book number 2, we have Future Crime by Ben Bova. And this is a 1990 copyright. It's got some foxing on it where you can tell the pages are aging. And this is what this is about. There will always be criminals among us because there will always be a few men and women who want to bypass the accepted rules of their society, who want to break the second law of the thermodynamics and get something for nothing, or at least get something for far less work than they would have to exert to get it legally. From orbitable conmen to urban gangs of tomorrow, from the subtleties of space law to the ultimate crime of genocide, the scientific and social imagination of Ben Bova ranges far and wide in this collection of science fiction tours de force. Here you will find high drama and stories such as Stars Won't Hide Me and the complete novel City of Darkness, and biting satirical wit in tales like Diamond Sam. In Bova's collaboration with Harlan Ellison Brillo, prepare, however, to be provoked, intrigued, outraged, and massively entertained by these and more shots to the imagination from the award-winning author of Peacekeepers, Cyberbooks, Orion, and Innumerable, and other major works of modern sci-fi. Now, my sci-fi are all mixed with action suspense, just so you know. So you're going to get a variety in my action and suspense because I'm not the library, so I don't divide up in a bunch of different subdivisions of books. So this is book number 2. Anything that's action and suspense or whodunit is in my action suspense. Then we have Outlawed, is book number 3 by Ted Decker. This is a 2013 copyright. This is what the book's about. The story of how I, Julian Carter, and my precious 2-year-old son, Stephen, left Atlanta, Georgia, and found ourselves on a white sailboat, tossed about like a cork on a raging sea of Australia's northern tip in 1963, is harrowing. But it pales in comparison to what happened deep in the jungle where I was taken as a slave by a savage tribe unknown to the world. Some places dwell in darkness so deep that even God seems to stay away. There my mind was torn in two by gods of the earth. There one life ended so another could begin. Some will say I was a fool for making the choices I made, but I would have done the same. They would have done the same. They too would have embraced death if they knew what I knew and saw through my eyes. My name is Julian, and this is my story, but more, it is the story of my son who was born to change the world. Ooh, that sounds like intriguing. So there's book 3. Book number 4, we have A Time to Kill by John Grisham. And it is a 1989 copyright, and this is what it's about. Clinton, Mississippi. The life of a 10-year-old girl is shattered by 2 drunken and remorseless young men. The mostly white town reacts with shock and horror at the inhuman crime until her black father acquires an assault rifle and takes justice into his own outraged hands. For 10 days, as burning crosses and the crack of sniper fire spread through the streets of Clanton, the nation sits spellbound as young defense attorney Jake Briggins struggles to save his client's life and then his own. Oh, that sounds really good. Really, really good. So there's A Time to Kill. That is number 4. Book number 5, we have Venus by Ben Bova. This is a 2000 copyright, and this is what this book is about. The surface of Venus is the most hellish place in the solar system. The ground is hot enough to melt aluminum. The air pressure crushes spacecraft like tin cans. The sky is perpetually covered with clouds of sulfuric acid. The atmosphere is a choking mixture of poisonous gases. This is where Van Humphreys must go or die trying. His older brother perished in the first attempt to land a man on Venus. Years before, his father had always hated him for surviving when his brother died. Now his father has offered $10 billion to the first person to land on Venus and return his oldest son's remains. To everyone's surprise, Van takes up the offer, but what Van Humphreys will find on Venus will change everything. Our understanding of Venus and of Earth, and Van's own knowledge of who he is. So there you go. Book 5. Book number 6, we have The Partner by John Grisham. This has got a little bit of marker in the front. I do write little notes back. Here's my little cheat sheets. This is a 1997, and these are nice for people in bookstores instead of putting stickers. Hey, you can pluck this right out when it's sold, and there you go. There's your receipt. If you own a private store, that is. Okay. The Partner. Once he was well-liked, well-paid young partner in a thriving Mississippi law firm, then Patrick Lanigan stole $90 million from his own firm and ran for his life. For 4 years, he evaded men who were rich, powerful, and would stop at nothing to find him. Then, inevitably, on the edge of the Brazilian jungle, they finally tracked him down. Now Patrick is coming home, and in the Mississippi city where it all began, an extraordinary trial is about to begin. As prosecutors circle like sharks, as Patrick's lawyer prepares his defense, as Patrick's lover prays for his deliverance and his former partners wait for their revenge, another story is about to emerge. Because Patrick Lanigan has the most reviled white-collar criminal of his time knows nothing that no one else in the world knows. He knows the truth. So there you go. Book 6. Book 7 is The Quake by Jack Douglas. This is a 2014 copyright, and this is what the book's about. New York City has seen its share of disasters, terrorist attacks, blackouts, hurricanes, floods, but nothing has prepared the Big Apple for the biggest earthquake to ever hit the United States. 9.0 on the Richter scale. Manhattan and the surrounding boroughs are a smoldering disaster, plunging New York into terrifying chaos. Skyscrapers and bridges have collapsed, killing hundreds of thousands. For a handful of survivors, the nightmare is just beginning. Clawing north, navigating the ruined city amidst violent aftershocks, FBI agent Hector Mendoza hopes to reunite with his wife. Assistant U.S. Attorney Nick Dykstra is hell-bent on finding his daughter way uptown at Columbia University before 9/11 conspirator who escaped during the quake finds her first. But the Indian Point nuclear power plant 40 miles north is severely damaged. A deadly cloud of radiation is drifting toward the city. The only chance for survival is going down into the subways and deeper still. That sounds catastrophe. So that's book 7. Book number 8, we have Beautiful Sacrifice by Elizabeth Lowell. This is a 2012 copyright, and this is what the book's about. Archaeologist Lena Taylor has devoted her life to studying ancient Maya artifacts, splitting her time between digs in the Yucatan and teaching in the college classroom, burying herself in her work. Lena has had little experience handling men, especially one as fascinating, headstrong, and exasperatingly secretive as Hunter Johnston, a former immigration and customs enforcement officer, a lone wolf used to calling the shots. Hunter bursts into Lena's world after some important, extremely valuable Maya relics have gone missing. To recover them, he'll need the beautiful, brainy archaeologist's help, and in the process, he sets her structured academic life spinning wildly out of control. So there you go. Book number 8. Then we have book number 9, which is The Three by Sarah Lotz. This is a 2014 copyright, and this is what the book's about. The world is stunned when 4 planes crash within hours of each other. The crashes don't seem to be related, except that in 3 of the 4 air disasters, a single child is the sole survivor. Dubbed the 3 by the press, these miracle children achieve international celebrity. Things take a dark turn when a fanatical preacher starts insisting that the young survivors are 3 of the 4 harbingers of the apocalypse. As the children's behaviors grow increasingly disturbing, even their loved ones start to suspect that there could be some truth in the conspiracy theory, and when a 4th survivor is found, deadly alliances are formed, and it becomes even more difficult and dangerous to decipher the truth. So there you go. Book 9. And then we have the last book, which is book 10 for today. This is Vanish by Tess, Gerritsen. This is a 2005 copyright, and this is what the book's about. A nameless woman appears to be just another body at the morgue until Boston medical examiner Mara Isles sees the corpse open its eyes. The now frantic Jane Doe is rushed to the hospital, where with cool precision she shoots a security guard and seizes hostages, one of whom is pregnant, homicide detective Jane Roselli. As the tense hours tick by, Mara joins forces with Jane's husband, FBI agent Gabriel Dean, to track down the killer's identity, but the case goes far deeper than just an ordinary hostage crisis. And Jane, trapped with the armed madwoman, is the only one who holds the key to the mystery. So there you go. 10 books. Leave me comments in the comment section. Come say hello. Even if you don't buy books, I still like hearing from people. And with that, whatever time zone you're in, I hope you're having a great one, and I'll see you soon. Bye.